Hi. Oh my God. Where are we? We are in London at London Brewing Co-op for the Geeks and Co. Star Wars Day. Yes, we have sound. We want to make sure. And you're not seeing things, folks. Don't change the channel. We are actually together for the, I don't know, not the first time, but for at least it's a rare bird that we are actually in the same space at the same time. We're out on the back patio of the London Brewing Co-op at 521 Berwick Place in London, Ontario at our Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We've been planning this for months. We've been hyping this for months. We're so glad you guys can join us for the first ever, not the last, but the first ever Star Wars Day. JS, what is going on today? How has the trail been so far?
First of all, I mean, you maybe want to do a quick turn of the room here. There's a ton of people that show up. Where is everybody else, by the way? I feel like we're missing a ton of people.
Well, I'm sure we are, but they're probably playing the trivia game.
Well, fair enough. They're probably playing trivia. A ton of people have showed up. You guys are, Groot showed up in a custom Groot.
Is there a dog? Is there? Oh, there's a dog. We can let the dog through. Yeah, come on through. Yeah, we're just being nerds. No, it's all good. Don't be sorry for bringing a dog through. Everyone's good with that. Absolutely.
What a turnout so far. It's been amazing. We had our own beer. If you didn't already know, if you didn't see one of our million posts we did in the last couple of weeks, we had our own beer, which you're drinking now.
There's a six-pack. There's a six-pack sitting right over there. Does someone want to grab that six-pack for us real quick, and we'll just bring it into the shot? Oh, sorry. I'm going to put that down.
Yeah, you know what? Here.
I'm going to show you guys this because I have to show you this because I got to be honest with you. You can't get it on tap anymore. The keg has been tapped, kids. The keg is sold out. You can only get it in cans. And trust me, by the end of tonight, these aren't going to be here either. So this is our beer, our collaboration beer with London Brewing Co-op. It is a honey lager. The flavor is strong with this one. You can see their logo, our logo on there. I think a six-pack is going to run you about $22. It is well worth it. It's 5%. It's very easy to drink. I cannot recommend it enough.
Let's be honest. We say it's our beer, but Mike... Where is Mike?
We got to give a huge shout out to Crazy Mike Cosplay.
Crazy Mike Cosplay is 95% responsible for making this happen, along with the folks here at Dad Club London, which we're going to get into the camera. We're gonna talk to them in a second. There he is, Mr. Crazy Mike over here. He's mainly responsible for that. Everything from setting this event up to working this out to the name of the beer to the slogan on the can.
Well,
was all this guy.
Once in a while, like, what do they say? A clock?
Once in a while.
What do they say?
Is right twice a day?
Broken clock is right twice a day. So, yes, I have that once in a while. So, we've been looking, and Jeff and I and JS, and we've been looking to get together with London Brewing Co-op because this is my neighborhood. Big fan of this neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. Big patriot for East London here, Old East. And London Co-op's the best. So, we've been looking to get together with them to do a cosplay event with the Geeks and Co. and London Brewing Co-op. So I was out, I think, I slipped, what's that thing? I was in my washroom, I slipped and I hit my head on the toilet. Like in...
That's how you came up with the flux capacitor?
And the flux capacitor came up, but I slipped and hit my head on the toilet, and then I come up with Star Wars Day. So I approached, we talked to them, and we approached London Brewing Co-op, Emma and Lisa and Matt and all the great people, Jim at London Brewing Co-op. And we said, they were on board. So it's like, it just made sense and it worked out so well. And we have a great group here. I am so happy of the turnout. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting this event. And we have Dad's Club of London. We have Ronald McDonald House. So we're bringing that charity as well. So we're actually making a difference by coming out tonight and supporting this event, which is everything to me. So like my
hang on. You say it's everything to you, but I mean, come on now. You get to dress up. This is a reason for you to get dressed up. Let's be honest here.
But when you put like something like that actually means something, that actually it goes beyond dressing up, it just adds another level. And then obviously getting together with my friends and doing this. So this is I couldn't be happier with the turnout. Thank you so much. We're not even done. Like tonight, you got like this is a whole weekend. We got comic book day on Saturday as well. But yeah, no, couldn't be happier. It almost brings a tear to my eye to see everybody having a good time. And this is my enjoyment of this, like that I had a part in this and that I actually made a difference today. So yes, this is very big to me. This is very big.
Speaking of making a difference, we want to talk to Chris here from Dad Club London, the main charity that we're supporting here today. Chris, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. We do this every Thursday at 7. We want to get a chance to talk to you. So initially, thanks, buddy. Got to get the branding in there. Initially, when we talked to when Mike and I were talking to Emma here at London Brewing Co-op, we had mentioned that we wanted to make sure that there was a charitable foundation that we could work with. And immediately, before she even had a second to think about it, she wanted to partner with Dad Club London. Can you give our viewers on YouTube an indication? What is Dad Club London? What are you guys all about? What charity we're supporting today?
Well, Jeff, thanks for having us. I mean, we really appreciate it, Mike. The things you guys are doing here, this is amazing. Like you said, the turnout is unbelievable tonight. We couldn't be happier, and we can't thank you enough for wanting to partner us. Dad Club London, this is our 10th year since we've started Dad Club London, and it's really dads from the local London and surrounding area, dads and new dads to be. It's an outlet for them to come and, learn things, share things. When you're a new dad, sometimes you don't necessarily know what to do. So here's an outlet. It started with 3 guys sitting in a park one day talking about with babies in their strollers. There's got to be other guys going through this same thing like we are. And that's how we started. We're now at just shy of probably 1,400 members. This is our 10th year anniversary. In 10 years, we've raised over $180,000 for our local London surrounding area. As our 10th year, what we want to make this year even better is what we're doing with Ronald McDonald House. Partnered with them, we want to raise $20,000 to support Ronald McDonald House and all the great things they do here in southwestern Ontario.
And why is this, especially Ronald McDonald House, why is this charity and doing this so important to you guys at Dad Club?
Families, dads, being close to your kids in the time of need. They have over 100 families every day go through Ronald McDonald House here in London, southwestern Ontario. Just whether it's to have a shower, have a nap, have a rest, do your laundry, but being close to your kids in the time of need, there's nothing more important than that.
And what's next for Dad Club London? You've got that goal of $20,000. What is the future? What are you guys looking to do moving forward?
One day at a time, brother. One day at a time.
Hopefully we can get together with you guys again and do another collab. Chris, we cannot thank you enough for coming out today and supporting this amazing cause. Anything we can do to help in the future, we're more than happy. Oh yeah, how's the beer?
It's not horrible.
We'll take that horrible, Chris. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Guys, I mean, honestly, everything that you're seeing here. So we detailed it earlier. There's a huge raffle going on today. We reached out, and by we, I mean our intrepid producer, Jen, reached out to a bunch of local businesses here in London, in particular, Tilt, the Grand Theatre, London Music Hall. Who else did we work with? Junction, Shockstock, London Comic Con. Everybody came out and donated specific prizes, and now we're having ticketed raffles, 3 for $5, 10 for $10. If you get down here before the trivia ends, so you don't have a whole lot of time, but you got some time to come down here, buy tickets for the raffle. All the proceeds, 100%, go towards supporting Dad Club London and Ronald McDonald House, and you get a chance to win some really, really cool prizes. We even have a custom-made, 3D printed, primed, sanded, and painted Darth Revan helmet made by this gentleman right here. You'll have a chance to win an original piece from JS as part of the raffle.
That's a little exaggeration there. Original piece by JS. I mean, it's a 3D printed file. It was a mess of a file, guys. If you haven't seen the helmet up there, go check it out. It was a failed print.
Did you print it?
Broke in.
Did you print it?
I printed it.
Did you do like all the fill and sand?
I sure did.
Did you do like all the paint and stuff?
I sure did.
Okay, so that's a JS original. I don't know what you're talking about. It's clearly something that you've made, and you have there's how many of that specific Revan helmets are there? There's one, and that's the one that you can win. So definitely come down and buy some tickets, because again, all the proceeds are going to Dad Club London and Ronald McDonald House. Did we lose Emma already? Was she like, I'm done waiting for these guys? Screw this. Okay.
Why don't we get Editor Megan?
Yeah, she's like randomly pointing at people. We had a bit. I gotta take this hood off because I'm dying, because someone keeps turning the heaters on out here. I don't know who that might be, but whoever it is murdering me. It's
desert outfit.
Well, I mean, you made that choice. That's kind of on you. Guys, this is Editor Megan. We have referenced her several times throughout the other shows. We've had her on the podcast a few times. You drove all the way from Kitchener to come here for this particular event. What drew you to this event in the first place, other than the fact that you're on this nerd team?
Other than being on the team and feeling obligated.
Yeah.
Particularly on that. Well, I would say clearly I do enjoy Star Wars, and my friends also enjoy Star Wars, and most of them enjoy beer. So I figured I should load them into a car and bring them along.
Yeah. Let's just kind of pan over. We'll get a look at some of the folks. They probably didn't know they were going to be on, but they're going to be on anyway. We've got Corey, Erica, Alex, Robbie, Alicia. We've got Allie over there. Lacey's over there. Chris, Kal-El. All right. So, I mean, yeah, Richard's kicking out over here as well. Yeah, the turnout today. And by the way, again, we're on the back patio, so it's not even like everybody else is still inside. But the live trivia is going on right now. We didn't want to like interrupt or like get in on what the trivia guys are doing because I don't know if you can kind of hear it in the background, but the place in there is jam-packed with people. Like you can't move in there right now. So it's all of us stupid nerds, and then it's all the people that come here normally for trivia anyways. And they made sure that tonight
show up and they're like, what the hell is going on?
I know. Well, now, and the trivia guys came to me beforehand. They're like, does everybody know we're doing like a Star Wars based trivia? I'm like, they're going to find out because that's what's happened. So for anybody that's a huge Star Wars nerd, you probably got this in the bag over there if you just go in and play the trivia, because I'm sure none of the normies have any idea who, I don't know, what the Wampa's name was on Tatooine or whatever bananas things going on. So sorry, Megan. We're just like, blah, 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 blah. Who are you cosplaying today, Megan?
I am cosplaying as Rey Skywalker.
I don't know who that is. What is it? What's that? What was that one? Who's that? What's that character from?
That is from the sequel trilogy of Star Wars.
And I've heard a rumor recently that they're actually looking to do a little bit more with Rey. Have you heard this?
I have heard this. I am very excited.
And do you remember can you tell the folks at home what's going on with Rey Skywalker?
So it looks like they want to do a sequel to the sequel, where they're going to be rebuilding the Jedi Order and figuring out what's going on with that, which, like, yes, please.
How relieved are you right now that we're not doing 2 after shows a week?
It was a lot. It was fun, but it was a lot. I'm very excited that once things come back, it looks like it's going to be one at a time. One at a time.
Oh, my sweet summer child. You have no idea. Guys, make sure you go to the Geeks & Co. YouTube channel and you check out the after show. We did an after show for The Mandalorian season 3, and we also did an after show for Picard season 3, the final season. And if you really want to get in deep, especially if you watch the last episode, you get to watch 2 old white guys cry. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to see 2 old men cry? Because we both cry in that one. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
About that for like the next year.
For after show fans, hang tight, guys. We are looking to do an after show in June 15th. Strange New World season 2 comes back. I think JS was talking about us doing something in between. We're 100% not going to do that because I need the break. But June 15th, guys, I think it's a Thursday. We're going to be back and doing the after show every single week, the day after Strange New Worlds for season 2. So thank you, Megan, for coming out today and bringing people with you, carpooling people with you. Keep those editing fingers spry because there's more things to come.
I'm ready. I need to get the helmet build up, so that should hopefully be there this coming week.
Nice. I want to get a chance to talk to this guy. Guys, if you were with us at Toronto Comic Con, we had a chance to feature this gentleman. This is Richard Bakari Cosplay. He was our Borg on Friday. If you joined us at Toronto Comic Con, we had the most amazing Locutus of Borg at our booth for our Star Trek Day. And it was this guy right here. And then if that wasn't enough, he came back the next day and he wore this badass Boba Fett outfit from the Book of Boba Fett. And then,
which he broke
at our booth. Actually, he broke it at Fan Expo, but then he broke it again at Toronto Comic Con. We're a curse upon his house. And then
I gotta get some of this stuff breaking today.
He drove. By the way, he's in Peterborough, so he's 3 hours to get here. Thankfully, he was able to take a rest stop 2 hours in with his friend Protofet, yep. Steven, who's in Kitchener. So he came here from Kitchener, and he's going back to Kitchener tonight. But who is also here? Yeah, I haven't seen him lately, but. Richard, thanks so much for coming out and joining us today. Why did you feel it necessary to come out and join us here today from 3 hours away?
I'm an absolute dedicated nerd, and any opportunity to get dressed up in a cosplay and go out and do something for a good cause, why not?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Can you give us a little bit of detail about the cosplay that you're wearing today, how you came to put it together, and the materials that you use and such?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, my friend Steven is here, ProtoFet Steven. He has many 3D printers, and he printed out a bunch of armor for us to do a couple of Boba Fett's.
That's a good friend to have.
Oh, yes, yes. However, with Boba Fett's, there's an under suit that goes along with everything.
Yep.
Very expensive. You got to try and buy this stuff. So I thought, being the cheap guy that I am, I wanted to try and put something together. So this and the flak vest and everything is a dress from Value Village.
Yes.
And I ripped up and resewed and turned it into a flak vest and the undergear for Boba Fett.
This is the most cosplay thing I've ever heard in my whole life. A dress from Value Village that you ripped up and resewed on your own. That's amazing. And you just did it like on the fly? Like, did you watch some YouTube videos to learn how to do that? Or did you just like trial and error it? Like, how did you get to that point?
Pretty much all of the above. Yeah. A lot of research on YouTube, looking at stuff. And then, talking to the cosplayers, trial and error. A lot of stuff too is just kind of like, sitting back and thinking about it for a bit to figure out, how am I going to achieve this? I want to use this, and this to achieve a certain thing. And you figure out a way that's all going to work together.
Now, we've had you on the podcast before, and you did talk about you've spent some time in Hollywood working on TV shows, working on movies. Did any of that experience kind of help you transition into a cosplay career, we'll call it, or hobby or whatever? It must have given you a pretty good background watching costumes come together in different productions that you've been on.
Yeah, absolutely. I was I had the benefit of being on a lot of film sets, watching the special effects crew, watching the makeup crew, watching the props guys put stuff together, and it gives you an insight. If you want to do this kind of stuff on your own, like building cosplays and putting things together, props and stuff, gives you a bit of an insight as to how the professionals did it and how we can adapt those to our own uses.
Awesome. If people want to check out your work, because by the way, guys, we've mentioned his Locutus. You can see him in his Boba Fett. His Hellboy is also next level, which we got a chance to see at Toronto Comic Con as well. If people want to check out your work and they want to follow you or whatever, how can they go about doing that?
They can find me on Instagram at Bakari Cosplay, BACCARI and they can also very shortly, probably in the next few weeks or so, they can find me as Midlife Cosplay on YouTube.
I was just going to say, I know you got a YouTube channel. I want to make sure you pop that. So Midlife Cosplay. Midlife Cosplay on YouTube, guys. Check out Richard's work. As you can see, it is second to none. We were happy to have him at the booth for a day. Hopefully, and we're happy to have him out here again. And hopefully we can convince him to come on out with us, maybe at Fan Expo, and come out to the booth again for a day. So
I don't think it'll be too hard to my arm to do that. I think I might be able to get that done.
Awesome. Thanks, Richard. It was great to see you, brother. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we are again, where I'm going to hand it over to Jay. Oh, we got Emma coming. Emma, come hither, Emma.
Before Emma jumps in and it gets introduced, I just want to mention that the Leafs are winning 2-0.
Thanks for that. Emma, hi, come on in. Guys, we want to make sure that we are clear on everything that we're doing. So, yes, we're the Geeks & Co., and we're helping to do this event. And we had a chance to talk to Chris from Dad Club London. None of this is possible without the amazing venue and the beer that we're all drinking tonight. And that is thanks in large part to Emma. Emma, thank you so much for hosting this event. Why did you jump on board with this thing? What made you think I'm going to throw in with these geeks and nerds for the Star Wars event?
Well, Mike wouldn't take no for an answer.
That sounds about right.
And neither would you.
You're right. Okay, good.
We're always looking for trivia is one of my favorite nights of the week. It's a lot of fun. We're always looking for theme nights to do, and I thought this would be a perfect theme round. I honestly don't know anything about Star Wars. I thought Boba Fett was from Call of Duty until like last year.
Fired.
But I thought it'd be a great round. You guys are great supporters of the brewery, and it would be, something fun to do all day. We'll celebrate anything around here. So
that's fair. So we're good. We're just like, we'll do anything here, and we're part of anything for sure. You guys were though so good to us. You actually brewed us a beer. Can you give us a little bit of insight into that?
Yeah. So you guys really got a special treatment because usually you kind of get what we can do. But we were able to make a completely custom beer, our first honey lager I think we've ever done. And it was on our pilot system, so really, really tiny batch. You guys have already drank the entire keg that we had of it, but there's still cans. And our assistant brewer, Matt, who just kind of officially became a brewer this year, did his first kind of completely start to finish solo lager batch in our pilot system, which is, you know, about 2 kegs worth. So we can some, keg some, and it's a really nice, smooth honey lager. You get a really nice natural honey flavor out of it. And the honey's actually from one of our sister companies, Lola Bees, and it's harvested right in our parking lot. We have bees out there. So.
That's the craziest part of it. Yeah, when we talked about doing this, like that's like the coolest thing. Like, how have you guys not done a honey beer? You've got hives like literally right there. So what you're seeing is the beer has been a huge success. So what are the chances we're going to see some more of the honey lager?
You'll have to ask Matt.
That's a very, very cagey answer. You guys, obviously, like you said, you do a lot of work with different people and such. And obviously, you guys have worked with Dad Club London before too. Can you tell us a little bit about the work you've done with Dad Club in the past?
Yeah, I think this June will be our 3rd or 4th. Maybe our 4th or 5th actually collaboration beer with them. So they're such a good local organization. We try to partner with a local organization like once a month and create a custom beer with them. And Dad Club's always been huge supporters. They sell out their beers really quickly and they're always great. So we're gonna release one just in time for Father's Day this year again. And yeah, we love partnering with them.
And what is it about Dad Club London that drew you guys to partner up with them on all these different projects?
Well, they support like really great, you know, charities in the area, and we kind of like what they stand for, of like, you know, dads like being super involved with their kids and partnering with each other and supporting each other.
So the $1 million question is, if we wanted to do this again next year, we will take no for an answer this time, but I think based on the turnout today, it seemed to be pretty good. So if we want to do this again next year, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm totally putting you on the spot. What do you think?
No, you're stuck with us.
Guys, you heard it here first. Emma, thank you so much, guys, from London Brewing Co-op. We could not do this without you guys. Thank you so much for having us out today. Appreciate it. Yeah, she's got to go back. They're running the trivia literally right now, so it's absolutely bananas in there. There's so many people.
I mean, I'm being called back in, but I'm kind of enjoying just watching you do your thing over here.
I run my mouth. That's what I do.
I mean, that is what you do, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people here.
No. I actually want to, because this is the only one that we haven't managed to capture from the Kitchener group. So we want to make sure that we talk to her. Just why are you acting surprised? You knew you were coming on. That's why you're out here. Stand right here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, you're part of the KW Marvelous School. Guys, this is Alicia. She's part of the Marvelous
KW girls?
Marvelous KW girls. I always say it wrong. So well, she said it. Well, so what is it?
Marvelous girls.
The Marvelous Girls of KW Cosplay. I know. Like I'm getting like the other Alicia is like breaking her head. Like, I can't believe you guys suck so bad. So what basically has happened is up until now, we've basically been able to get the whole collection. We've not been able to get Alicia thanks to work schedules and just her not wanting to be on. But she's here now, so we managed to capture her. How long have you been cosplaying?
Since probably 10th grade, on and off, I would say.
Cool. So for those that don't know how old you are, how long has that been?
So for context, I'm 28, so probably like 11, 12 years on and off.
And if people were to like associate a specific cosplay with you, what do you think that would be? What is someone's headcanon for your cosplay?
It would be either Quicksilver or Silk Spectre from Watchmen.
Or Snow White?
Debatable.
It's for me anyways, but I get that. What draws you to cosplay characters in the first place? Because for some people it's like, I look like that person, so that's it. For other people it's like I have a specific connection with that character. What draws you to a specific cosplay?
It's either the love for the character or the compatibility of derpiness between me and the character, to be quite honest.
So you're saying you're rather derpy? Is that what you're trying to say?
You say it for me.
Everyone says it for you. What are you cosplaying today?
I am cosplaying Picnic Dress Padme, made by the lovely Alicia of Wonderland.
That's Alicia of Wonderland over there. You should pan the camera over to that, because we've had Alicia on the podcast before, and every time we have a post with Alicia, it's always hashtag all of the Padmes. So get right in there. That's good. That's nice. So yes, this Picnic Padme that Alicia, by the way, yeah, you're not hearing things, by the way. They have the same name. So it is Alicia's Padme that's being worn by Alicia. It's spelled differently, but it's pronounced exactly the same, which I screw up all the time. Do you have anything in the works as far as other different cosplays go, or for the coming year? Do you have any ideas that you want to explore cosplay wise?
I'm working on a Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, and I've been playing around with working on a stormtrooper.
Like a legit, like head to toe armored stormtrooper?
I would like to. Granted, I've never undertaken an armor of that size, so it'll definitely be some stumbling around in the dark and slow rolling it. I don't have a expected date. It's all kind of like idea work at this point.
And then what brought you out to the event today, other than I know someone else drove you? No, you drove yourself. No, never mind. So what brought you out today to the event?
You stupid.
Other than that, was there like the cause appeal to you? Did the fact that it's at a brewery appeal to you? Like what brought you out today?
So this brewery in particular is fantastic. The people that own it are super duper nice. They make very artistic beers. Like one that I've had today that I genuinely enjoyed was a chili chocolate one. So it's got a spicy back note to it. And just that kind of a unique flavor when it comes to beers is really intriguing to me. So if you're in the area, 100% support this brewery. And then just getting to see my favorite people that are from out of town and whatnot.
Other than me, because I'm in town and I am neither out of town or your favorite people. But I do appreciate you coming out, and thank you very much for taking some time to talk with us today. Anything else you want to say? Where can people see your work and find you on the socials?
Given I'm in school right now, it's a little sparse in regards to cosplay, but if you want to follow Kitties and Pretties on Instagram, feel free. I'm always posting kind of weird, random bits of life, and yeah.
Kitties and Pretties on Instagram, guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, Alicia, today to talk to us. We finally got you on the podcast, so we get to complete the set. Yay! Fist bump me. Don't leave me hanging. Come on.
Have you watched Picard yet?
Yes,
Did you cry like we cried?
maybe.
Yeah, you did. Because we wept like babies, like hungry, angry babies. It was very emotional.
I really wish I could have seen you cry. I'm not going to lie.
Watch the after show.
I did, but it's not as good as in person where I can laugh at his face, you know? Like you had the joy of that. I did not.
No. He didn't see it live in person either, right? Nobody saw it live in person.
I mean,
I cried by myself in a corner in my basement while watching the show. It's exactly what happened. So,
but like, don't you do that every day?
I do. Every time I have to talk to you, it's a lot of like crying and weeping uncontrollably. But I appreciate you coming out today and supporting the cause. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yay! I'm gonna hand it off to JS. I will stay here though.
So we're gonna keep looking at Jeff's beautiful mug over here. I'm gonna read through some of the comments here because there's a bunch of people that are online. Toxic Fox is there, who was here earlier today. Mr. Michael Icon is there. Who is this saying? Sup, everybody? Showed on stream. Yeah. Oh, it's Thorsworthy. Look at that, Mr. Thorsworthy. Hello, sir. Megan Avery is saying, who else is having FOMO? I mean, hey, you're missing out. Natasha Wright is saying, hello, guys. I wish I was there. Mr. Andrew Saxon. Cheers, guys. Sorry I couldn't attend. Michael, my Force Ghost is with you. Why is it not showing on the stream? There we go. There we go. Jamie is saying she wants some beer. Jamie, unfortunately, I hate saying it, but I think that there may not be any beer. I may have a beer for you. I don't know if we have a 6-pack. What's that? She can have yours. There you go. Jamie, you've got a 6-pack coming. Actually, that's not true. I did buy an extra 6-pack today for Jamie and Rob specifically. We were told there was limited availability of the beer, guys. Unfortunately, it was a very, very small batch, like Jeff said earlier. The keg is already sold out. There are a few left in cans, but that is going very quickly as well. How about you get a bit of a shot of this over here? Guys, thanks again to the folks at London Dad Club. So amazing of them to partner with us. Thank you so much again, guys. I mean,
The questions are they're good
you know what? I was in there for one of the questions, and I didn't know the answer.
No, they're good questions.
I didn't know the answer. I believe you are responsible also for the trivia questions.
Well, I bought the book.
Yeah, we supplied.
Bought the book. Holy shit! They bought a book
No, they're good.
for trivia.
want to get Steve.
Where do you want to go first? Yes. Come on in, guys. Here, you know what? Here, come on in. Oh, we're in. Get the way. Gentlemen, we've got a couple of, I want to say now classic cosplays. Mr. Caloran.
I'm definitely not classic yet. I got at least 10 years before I'm classic.
All right, fair enough. I mean, okay, so you on the other hand, I want you to tell us exactly what you're doing and from what exactly, because this is one of my favorite Jedi outfits of all time.
Well, of course, it's Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. Oh, thank you.
Wasn't he in black in Revenge of the Sith?
So I thought too, but when we looked into it to submit it to the Rebel Legion, they had the exact photos from the sets and all that, and it actually is brown.
I always assumed the brown outfit was the Clone Wars Anakin.
Yeah, the Attack of the Clones one is definitely brown, but
Or Attack of the Clones, sorry.
Revenge of the Sith, it looks black in the movie, but apparently it's actually brown. So
Interesting. I know I'm gonna harp on this beer, but have you guys had the beer?
Yes. Yeah, I've had the beer. It's been really good.
I mean, I don't want to, beat a dead horse here, but London Brewing Co-op. How do we get more beer? I mean, I think we need to get more beer. You guys are you're all in the Kitchener-Waterloo area as well, aren't you?
So he's in London. I'm in the
You're here in London. That's right.
like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm the one that had to hitch a ride to get here.
And you're the one that had to hitch a ride. Why this event? I'm going to ask you the same question Jeff asked everybody. Why this event? What made it about this event that you guys wanted to be here and dress up like the nerds that we are?
Well, obviously Jeff, because we love Jeff. But like, a lot of us have a pretty close community here. Like we've got different bonds of like a group in KW and a group in London. So whenever there's an event in like either of the two areas, we try and make sure we come out and support and see our friends, which is part of the reason why we love it.
Yeah, great cause. So when we heard about it through you guys, we thought we had to come out and support.
Now, I hate asking this because I feel like you always have a new cosplay in the works. Like this is the man with like a million cosplays.
Always have a list.
Always have a list. What are you guys working on next?
Ooh, what am I actually working on is the better question. I think the stuff I'm actually working on right now is Din Djarin. I am starting a Colonial Marine because I do want to join you guys for those projects.
Woo!
And then I think the very last one, which has just been decided today, is a Clone Wars Obi-Wan, because Hayden Christensen
with the armor.
Yeah, because Hayden Christensen's coming to Fan Expo. Yep, and a few of the voice actors are going to be there at Fan Expo, so that made it like it was going to be a much further like 2025 goal, and now it's like nope, now it's less than 6 months.
And you already have the armored Anakin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. So what about you? What's next? Let's keep it to like a short list of what's next. The top 5 of what's next.
Well, I always have a list, but what's actually in the works is I'm going to do a Costa Reeves. So I'm waiting for the print for that to really start working on that. And then I've technically started a link for Legend of Zelda. So I'm starting.
Did you really?
Starting it. Yeah, I got the pattern to make the shield and the sword. So I'm going to start with that. And then, yeah, going to do the Ocarina of Time look. So
very cool.
Kestis as well.
Oh, yeah. Talking about doing a Cal Kestis.
Oh, I'd be interested in seeing that as well.
Yeah, with that game just coming.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor looks
it's a lot of fun.
Pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. The $1 million question: when are you guys coming to friggin' Curtis?
Sorry, coming to what?
See what I mean? The disrespect, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever you said, I did not pick up on any of it.
No, we're gonna try to throw an event out our way. You guys are gonna have to make the trip out our way at one point, because I always love seeing you guys around. Hey, I'm assuming you guys are all gonna be at Fan Expo. You're gonna be at London Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I've already
one in between.
Niagara.
Oh, Niagara. You both gonna be Niagara as well?
Yeah. We're both gonna be at Niagara. Apparently, I already have 3 of my 4 days of Fan Expo figured out already. So.
Okay, you want to spill some beans on the place where beans tend to be spilled?
One of them would be Bombshell Batman.
Sorry?
I mean, you want to describe it a little better than I probably could.
Or just the DC Bombshell art look. So he's going to do Batman. I'm going to do Superman.
We're doing like a big giant group cosplay. It's one of the reasons why I got in cosplay was like getting in and doing group cosplays with our kind of group of friends.
Yeah. When you're talking about the DC bombshell, I just want to make sure I understand. You're talking about the statues, the DC statues that have been coming out. Ah, yes. Our buddy Vaughn actually has the DC bombshell Batman on his shelf. So yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yep. So the whole group's gonna do that, and then what else we got?
I've got Daredevil for myself because that actor is gonna be there, and then obviously that Obi-Wan Kenobi one because there was a lot of Star Wars characters gonna be there. So it's like, oh, I guess 3 of the 4 days are already booked.
We might just maybe do a Star Wars Day
I
at
really hope so.
Fan Expo, you know. So I'm not spilling any beans here, folks, but
No future predictions.
Megan's looking at me like, you know.
Twist your noodle arm.
It's just my arm. Exactly. Guys, thank you so much.
No problem.
Sorry? Social. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what my social is. Not bad. I'm not bad.
All my cosplay stuff is on Instagram at Grayson Grid Cosplay.
Easy enough. Raising Greek Cosplay. If you're not already following him, I don't know who the frick you are and what you're doing because, you know. Thanks, guys. Oh, these are sweet. Wow, look at these.
Look at that quality.
I know. Holy cow.
All right, more beer?
More beer. Yes, definitely. Here, how about you skip over this? Mr. Jeff. Mr. Jeff is busy schmoozing with the Dad Club London folks. I don't know what he's trying to do because, you know, they're a charity, so they're not going to pay him anything. But, you know,
Sorry, hi.
how you doing?
I'm very well. Just
Yes.
with our buddies over
Yes,
at
yes.
Dad Club.
I see you've got a different pint of beer in your hand.
No, this is the last, I think, of the honey.
Oh,
lager.
is it?
So,
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is the last of it. I'm really.
Of the honey lager. Yes.
Mm.
Folks, if you've missed out on our beer, call London Brewing Co-op. Send them a text message. Contact them online. You know, let them know you want more of the Geeks Co. honey lager.
Hell yeah! How can I help? What would you like me to do today, sir? What can I do for the podcast viewers and for you in particular? You handsome.
I don't know. Have you been listening to any of the trivia out there? Have you been out there at
I
all?
have not. No, I don't want to embarrass myself with my lack of Star Wars knowledge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was in there 5 minutes and I saw the question and I was like,
Yeah.
I turned around and I left. I was like, this is.
Yeah.
I'm not that deep into Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Might be cool to talk to this gentleman over
Yes.
here. Yeah. No worries. If he wants, we're gonna try to get someone on the podcast. Hopefully he's gonna be okay with that. It's very relaxed atmosphere. You don't have to if you don't want to, but we're gonna peer pressure you into doing it anyway. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. No. There's none of that. No. If you don't want to do it, that's totally okay. Yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is, would anybody else like to talk on the podcast? Maybe. I love that you're just like, oh my god. We've managed to talk to almost everybody else. We have to talk to you briefly. We had you on the podcast. In fact, I think we had a close-up of your face in the podcast. Yeah. So I figured we kind of have to talk to you. Guys, this is, a little bit. This is Alicia. We've had her on the podcast before. What's your Instagram handle again?
Alicia of Wonderland.
I'm never sure if it's of or in. I want to always make sure I say the right one.
In was taken.
That makes sense. What brought you out today?
Robbie.
See, I knew this. That's why I said it to that one. And I knew that was going to happen. What's the cause that brought you out today? Robbie's not a cause.
Peer pressure?
That's best. That's what we like. That's what we're here for, is the peer pressure for sure. Are you here to support anything that might be going on here today?
You?
I'll take me. It's because I'm part of all of this. So that's good. And who are you dressed up as today?
Padme.
Which Padme are you today? By the way, this is lovely pulling nails to get you to answer any of my questions. This is the best. Please continue this with the one-word answers. It makes for the best interview. What version of Padme are you today?
So it's the one where she's in the battle, in the Geonosis battle. So it's the one that everybody loves because it's the rip top. So because it's like the hot Padme.
Right, but isn't it from like of the 3 movies? Isn't it from like the least? Like it's Attack of the Clones? Yes.
Attack of the Clones. Yeah.
Okay, and of the I'm not a prequel guy, but of the 3, isn't that usually the one that's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the 3? Because like Phantom Menace is kind of cool, and then Revenge of the Sith. What? Attack of the Clones is the best of the 3?
I mean, if you're a prequel person,
yes,
it very much could be the best of the 3.
Of the prequel 3, which one's your favorite?
Phantom Menace.
Right, so it's not this movie. So that's all I'm trying to say. I think universally, I think most people like it's like I know Robbie's favorite Star Wars movie of all of them is Revenge of the Sith, right? Yeah. So I mean, I've never heard anybody say my absolute favorite Star Wars movie of all time is Attack of the Clones. It's the only point I was trying to make.
Lacey.
Lacey, is she still here? Oh, we'll have to talk to her about that.
The clones. But if you want like real fire, my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, if we're including everything,
Yeah, of course.
is the Clone Wars animated movie.
You know what? No, it's not 100%. Like I'm not the animated person, but I don't think anybody's going to be agree for that.
Pretty like universally reviled. Like people like think it's like a terrible movie, and
Now, which one is that? That's not the one. That's not the one that predates the animated show, is it? Okay, so it's a completely different animated style too, right?
no.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one.
So this was like they did the movie first. It's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then they did the show afterwards.
So timeline-wise, does that take place like before the show timeline, or?
So it actually takes, if you're watching it in timeline order,
That's all I'm asking.
it takes place 3 episodes into the Clone Wars.
Of course it does. That's the most Star Wars answer I've ever heard in my life. Why is that your favorite? Like of everything, all the live action, everything you've seen, that is your absolute favorite hour and a half of Star Wars. Why?
Because I really love the characterization of Padme. She's like a badass in that. Really love the characterization of Anakin. That introduces Ahsoka. It's like that's my Star Wars is the Clone Wars. So it was the thing that started it all. So
Sorry. I want to interject. Did you just say Clone Wars is your favorite Star Wars media of all time?
The movie.
my favorite movie.
Oh, Attack of the Clones.
No.
Like Star Wars, the animated movie is my favorite Star Wars movie. If we're including everything, if it's just live action, then it's Rogue One. But if we're including everything, it's the Clone Wars movie.
Everything you're saying is wrong right now. Do you feel like that particular movie is like required viewing because there's so much on the animated side of things? Is that part of what you would consider to be required viewing for anybody that wants to consider themselves a Star Wars fan?
I think if you like the prequels, it really enriches it. And I think if you don't like the prequels, if you watch through the series and the movie, it really enriches all the characters and gives them like bigger stakes. When you go back and watch the prequels, it just gives you a lot more context, which is why I like it so much.
Clearly, your connection to the Padme character is well known throughout the cosplay community, especially through us. Every time anybody talks to Alicia, it's always hashtag all the Padmes. Is there, I know you just debuted a new Padme, which was the Snow Bunny Padme that you just did recently, yes?
Yep. First time that I wore it out, yes.
Is there another Padme or any other Padmes that you currently are working on or thinking about including in the repertoire of the million Padmes you already have?
The lake dress needs to be hemmed, and I need to do the wig and the headbands, and then that's done.
So,
For a while, I moved. That's the only reason it's not done.
and which movie does that appear in?
That's Attack of the Clones.
That's also Attack of the Clones.
It's like the rainbow dress, like the big like low back rainbow.
Yeah, pretend I've seen the prequels once and I didn't like them, so I have no idea.
It's like the one that like the big fancy dress that everybody does. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm clueless. Is that the only one that you're working on now? Are there any future Padmes that you've kind of got in the hopper that you're thinking about putting together?
Yep. So the other Padme is Liberty Dies. So it's like a purple dress, and it's in the Revenge of the Sith where she says that's how Liberty dies with thunderous applause. But there's a Clone Wars version of that outfit. So I'm doing that because I refuse to do a pregnant Padme. Will not happen ever. So we're going to do the Clone Wars version.
I do not blame you at all. So we could just scratch off all the pregnant Padmes.
Yeah.
Would you do the costume that she's wearing?
The only pregnant Padme I would do would be the dead Padme because that's sick.
I died because I'm sad. If people want to see all this stuff, I know I mentioned at the top of the interview, but if people want to see your various Padmes and the other bitch ass cosplays that you do, how can they find you?
Alicia of Wonderland on Instagram.
And what are the chances we can get you on a recorded podcast again sometime in the near future?
Whenever you ask.
Dope. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We have gone ahead. We are still, what are we at? Oh, we're not too bad. 7:59. In case you weren't sure, by the way, JS decided to put together this Darth Revan. Now, he had a Revan. This is like the new and improved Revan that he's put together. This is JS, by the way, in case you weren't sure. Foam, 3D print. Give us some details as to how you brought this together for this event.
So this was actually the first costume I ever built.
But this one specific, like, did you remake this or is this the original?
Oh, so all the leather pieces are the original leather pieces from my original Revan.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you redid everything. So you just redid the helmet?
No. So I redid the helmet. I redid this piece, the whatever you call it. The undersuit is all new. The only thing that really stayed is the leather stuff. The leather stuff.
And the leather stuff is actually made of what?
It's foam. It's foam. Yeah, all the leather. It's fake leather. It's all foam.
Wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only real Star Wars costume that I have, even though Revan's not even really canon. So,
yeah, but what drew you to the character in the first place? Like, why Revan, as opposed to like the million other canon characters? This is clearly your guy. You didn't do a new cosplay. You basically updated one you already had. What is it about Revan that draws you?
well, just like with the Red Hood, I think it's the whole anti-hero thing, right? It's the do whatever it takes thing. It's the I'm a Jedi, but I'm not.
Now, for those that don't know, what media is Revan actually from?
So Revan originally came from the Knights of the Old Republic video games. So for those that don't know, if you haven't played the old Knights of the Old Republic video game, it originally was on PlayStation 1 and the original Xbox. And you play a character. It's an open world type game. It's one of those characters that develops as you go through the game. Your choices swing the character from the light side to the dark side. It was one of the first games to do that, actually.
Like a little choose your own adventure Star Wars style?
Choose your own adventure Star Wars style. And you find out at the end of the game that you're actually Revan. That when the game starts, you've actually been mind wiped by the Jedi Order. So they captured you, they wiped your mind, and now you're going through adventure after adventure, not really knowing who you are.
What a dick move by the Jedi. Jesus.
Yeah, you would think that they'd be a little bit better than that, but
jerks.
Yeah, and then there's been a bunch of stories about Revan after that, right? From comic books to there's been a whole bunch of lore built around the character of Revan, which again is not canon anymore because Star Wars has erased all of that.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, because this is amazing and I love this and I want to see more of this. But if there was a canon Star Wars character for you to explore doing a cosplay of, I'm going to put you on the spot here, who would that be? Boba Fett? That version of Boba Fett?
Yeah, the new Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
Now, what about that specifically would be why that?
I feel like the new Boba Fett fits my body type better than any other Star Wars character.
Plus, he's like us. He's an older dude just trying to make his way through the galaxy, right?
He's an older guy. He's a Mando without it being Mando. So I'm going to be very honest. It's either Boba Fett or Paz Vizsla.
Oh, dude. For those that don't know, on The Mandalorian, the character voiced and portrayed by Jon Favreau, the creator of the show, Paz Vizsla, who is the descendant of Tar Vizsla, but also pre-Vizsla. Like a bit. Yeah. I think he would murder as either one of them, obviously. But I mean, I feel like if you do that, so we're pointing at Richard, who we talked to earlier. I feel like if you do that, at least you can pick his brain about putting that together, right?
I already have all the files. Perfect. Yeah, I have all the files to 3D print that whole armor. I've already been talking to Richard about like his undersuit, how he did it, and Reed. Reed's problem.
Yeah, our buddy Reed, for sure.
Who's actually at the Star Wars TO Day in Toronto.
Traitor.
What did you say?
Traitor,
yes. He also has a boba that's amazing.
He absolutely does.
I've been talking to him as well, and yeah.
Not that you need any help, but just some help, like just some collaboration with these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I love the look of the new boba. But Paz Vizsla, man, there's something about that big giant Gatling gun that's in there.
So dope.
I kind of want to do that whole armor just so that I can build the gun and.
Now, people don't want to see your work personally, because whenever you're on this, you're always logged in through the Geeks & Co. account, which we appreciate. But, well, most of the time, you have your own personal account. What is your personal account for those watching?
Well, it's usually the tag under my thing, which is JS Belanger 1701.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to help you out with some cross-promotion here, brother. What do you want me to do? Like, I'm trying to help a brother out. You're giving me grief for it. Like, don't follow this guy. Fuck this guy. Anyways, I'm going to talk to some other people now.
Don't follow me. Go follow me.
Oh, no, follow him as well. I'm going to try. These are some newcomers. I'm going to try to. That is Chantel and that is Courtney. I'm going to see if we can get a chance to talk to them live, if they're okay with it. I don't want to interrupt, but we're doing a live podcast and you guys just got here. Can we talk to you guys real quick on the live podcast? Is that all right? So for the uninitiated, these are some fantastic cosplayers from west of London. I know a lot of times we talk to people here in London or east of London, lots of Toronto people, and hey, we love our Toronto people. But a lot of us don't get a whole lot of chance to get west of here. So we have Courtney and Chantel here. They're two amazing cosplayers that are from west of London. I just got to see both of them at CK Expo. Guys, what brought you here today other than, like, are you guys dressed up? Oh my God, I can't believe it. What brought you guys here today? Is this just your regular, like, Thursday night outfit? What brought you out today? Who wants to be the mouthpiece?
Yes. All right, me, I guess. We heard about the event and decided that Star Wars Day sounded like something fun to do.
Give us an indication. What are you guys cosplaying today? And I'm not saying that because I don't know, because I mean, of course I know. I'm such a huge Star Wars nerd. Yeah, for the people at home that are watching, what are you cosplaying today?
So I'm Night Sister Marin from the new Jedi Fallen Order Survivor stuff. She's really cool. I kind of whipped this together in about a day. So I just wanted something fun and cool to do. So.
And I didn't have a lot of time after work today to do a regular Darth Talon, so I just sort of whipped up an OC Sith Twi'lek using some of my Talon armor and my Talon noodles.
I thought you guys were like, just like in 10 minutes I had to work, so I just kind of whipped this up. And then, yeah, like, and then you guys look dope. But you know what? I'm just going to kind of like, can I sneak in between you? So I'm not like stretching the mic across for you two people. So I'm going to ask each one of you, I understand you guys did this in a bit of a time crunch, but why the characters that you chose to cosplay today? What is it about the character that drew you to that particular character?
I love space. I love witches, and this was a space witch, so that was the brand for me.
I mean, for those of you that don't know, Witch of the Wilds is her Instagram handle. So a space witch, yeah, that definitely tracks. What about you, Chantel? What drew you to this cosplay, this character in particular?
Darth Talon is one of the most, can I say badass?
Of course.
Badass female.
Fuck yeah, you can.
Female Sith. And I just love her style. I love Twi'leks in general. And I didn't want to cosplay as Aayla Secura, so I decided to embrace my inner evil today.
Sometimes you got to embrace your inner evil. As far as an event like this, where obviously we're Star Wars based, it's May the 4th, we're doing work for charity and stuff. Because we've talked about it on the podcast numerous times, Star Wars is kind of like generational, and it's for everybody. What draws you to Star Wars? What does Star Wars mean to you, and why are you so willing to come out to an event like this and dress up in that character?
Oh, like, I don't know. Space is always the final frontier. It's always something that...
Very Star Trek of you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, Star Trek reference on a Star Wars day.
Nerd.
But yeah, it's something that's so exciting and so high fantasy to, imagine what's beyond that. And I think everybody kind of collectively imagining together and, being taken on an adventure outside of something that's so small is such like an awesome, exciting thing.
Absolutely. What about you, Chantel? What does Star Wars mean to you?
Star Wars was a love of mine since I was a child. I grew up with 3 boys, and we used to play Star Wars all of the time. It just kind of grew as a love with me as I got older. And once I realized I can make things and become the characters that I love so much, I embraced it in full.
I couldn't have said it better myself. As far as coming out today, by the way, thank you guys so much, because I know you guys didn't just you're not down the road. Like, you guys drove to get here, so we do appreciate it. If people want to check out your stuff online, where can they go? I know I already said it at the top of the podcast, but I'm gonna get you to plug your stuff again. Where can people go to see your stuff?
I'm at Witch of the Wilds on Instagram and on social handles. So. Is
there anything event-wise that you want to plug? Anything you got coming up soon that you want to talk about?
No, just anything and everything, Southwestern Ontario. I'm going to try and be out there. The season's just starting, so. It
sure is. What about you, Chantel? Can you plug your handles and then anything you've got coming up?
I am Doombringer Cosplay on Instagram and Facebook. And I run Rose City Comic Con, which is going to be April 7th next year. Other than that, I hope to see you just at future events.
We're all wrapped up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today and talking to us today. We really, really appreciate you coming out all this way too. That's amazing, guys. Absolutely. Are we good? Are we wrapping up? Is that... Oh, well, maybe
We're about
maybe
to lose our camera and our connection to the internet.
maybe
the
maybe
interwebs.
maybe we should wrap up.
Megan Eber was saying we should do an event with Ronald McDonald House or at Ronald McDonald House, and we should totally look into that.
Yep.
That'd be actually really, really cool.
100%.
Big thanks to everybody that came. If you're watching this after the fact, if you were here and you're watching that now, whatever the case is, big thanks to everybody. Big thanks to London Brewing Co-op. The beer,
amazing,
dude. Like,
so good.
I know this is tacky, but we got our own beer.
No, it's not tacky. It's amazing.
So amazing.
And it's sold out.
And it's sold out. Dad Club of London. Those guys are amazing. Check them out. If you want to support Ronald McDonald House or some other charity,
any of the charities you support.
Yeah, they don't only work with Ronald McDonald House, but if you want to check out what they do, go check them out. Dad Club London. They're on Instagram. I believe their website is dadclublondon.ca, if I remember correctly.
That's it. I think we're just going to wrap it up, guys. It's been
go keep drinking beer at this
an
point.
amazing event. We're hoping to do this next year. We're hoping to come live from more events this year. Guys, thank you so much for all of your support, for everybody that's come out, for everybody that's tuned in, for everybody that continues to support the Geeks & Co. We love you guys. Stay geeky, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything.